adult who was diagnosed with ADHD, autism, and other ICD-9 code alphabet soup, and I'm here to um, on the dawn. Oh, what is this? The commencement of Mental Health Awareness Month to speak my truth about it and give you guys a little bit insight about it and share my story a little bit.
Well, thank you for being here with us, Sister Renee.
Okay, so I'm Renee Brooks. I am a writer, a speaker, a coach, a Healthline contributor. Um, I maintain a blog called Black Girl Lost Keys. It's all about black women with ADHD, and I run a Facebook group in association with that. And I really just believe in uplifting our community and bringing awareness to these disorders so that people with mental health don't have to live on the fringe.
Ashe.
All right, well, thank you for being here with us, Renee. Miss Melanie, how are you?
I'm good, I'm good. And yeah, I want to thank Renee again. She came all the way from Pennsylvania to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming and being here with us in the studio with us from all the way in PA. What part of PA are you coming from?
I'm right in Littlestown. It's right if you have you ever heard of York? A lot of people in Baltimore have been to York, so I'm like 20 minutes away from York. I'm actually closer to you guys than York is.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. All right, so we're here to talk about Crazy Like a Fox, a platform for something beautiful, a conversation that we're starting to have the conversation, but I think why I love Crazy Like a Fox and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be involved with this is because I know we're going to have it from so many different angles. You have so many different panelists, that I know for a fact will bring their own perspective of what they're going through. So we're going to go ahead and go around the table about what mental health means for us in regards to our own personal lives, people we've been dealing with, or whatever the case may be. Is there anybody that want to start?
I'll start. So, for me, mental health is something that is not talked about. And where I grew up, my mother was undiagnosed. She had to be. She was crazy. You hear me? And I was undiagnosed until I was 30 years old. And I used to have blackouts, and people used to think that I was trying to ignore things. And I didn't realize that I had DID, which is dissociative identity disorder, multiple personalities. And that coupled with like PTSD and depression, anxiety disorder, it crippled my life for so long. And I took my life back, and I decided that I needed to reach out and speak out about what had happened to me because no one knew. Like, I was really popular as an entertainer, and then I disappeared, and no one knew what happened. Like, I went crazy. And I thought that people needed to know that these things are really happening. They're not like white people diseases, and they really happen in our society. So I started strengthening my struggles to like bring more awareness to that. And thankfully, it's become a movement where I've been able to bring in people like Shauna and Renee and Dion and Carmen and other people who are on the panel to be able to help me spread the awareness in the movement.
Okay. And Renee, how about you?
Mental health to me, when you have ADHD, when you're going through the diagnosis process, they'll tell you that you've had these symptoms since you were a child. Those are that's part of the criteria to diagnose you. So growing up, I always felt different, like there was something wrong with me, like I couldn't get through life like other people did. And I got diagnosed with ADHD a couple times as a child, but black people aren't for medicating their kids. They're not trying to hear it. So it took for me to have a mental breakdown at 25 to figure out the answer to what made me different, what was wrong, and to figure out how to put my life back in order. So that's kind of what mental health means to me, to be able to have an answer to how to work with your mind and be successful.
Okay. Shauna?
All right, back to me. Um, my journey with mental health began when I was young. Um, shoot, I used to sing a song with these kids at this place I was at right down on Fair Street. The place is Walter B. Gardner. And we had a song we used to sing about our meds. We pretended to take our meds and we wouldn't. Like, I don't want to grow up. I'm an ADHD kid. They shot me off with Ritalin and then watched me flip my lid. That's what we used to sing. So this is a joke that we would do on the staff. Like, so my journey began when I was very young. And it was something that I ran from for a long time because I was ashamed. Because people called me crazy. Children knew that I was different. I knew I was different. I felt different. I've always felt like a fish out of water. I knew I did not fit in. I knew that I processed things and thought about things and saw things different. I didn't understand and comprehend people's logic when they would say things to me a certain way. I always took people's speech at face value because of, people with on the autism spectrum literally take what you say literally. It's like if you say I'm gonna knock your head off. As a child, my mama told me something like that. I thought her ass was gonna knock my motherfucking head off.
Okay.
Oh, excuse my language. Excuse my language. But yeah, I thought she was gonna knock my head off. Bleep that out. But yeah, I mean, like that's part of the journey. It's a reality. People don't understand that you just don't see things the way people see things, and you're not making something up in your head. There's no, you know, the negative